sentenced Turkey's Halkbank executive Mehmet Hakan Atilla to 32 months in prison for evading US sanctions on Iran. US prosecutors had previously asked for him to be jailed for more than 15 years. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said Atilla is, quote, definitely innocent, unquote, and declaring him a criminal was almost equivalent to declaring the Turkish state criminal. Let's go to Miami now and speak to our editor-at-large, Craig Copetas. Craig, so the sentence was lower than even Hakan Attilla's own defense lawyers had been calling for. But where does this leave possible sanctions or action against Halkbank?
Well, the government wanted to fine Atilla between $50,000 and $500,000 in a fine. But the judge wouldn't let the government do that because he said Atilla couldn't afford it. This does not prevent the government from fining Halkbank because that fine will not be levied by the court, but by the Justice Department. And from what went down in court today and people I've been speaking with at Justice, Halkbank is in for a world of pain.
That could be quite interesting, quite worrying to watch. What is the Turkish government's position in all of this?
Well, the Turkish government's position is that, again, the extraterritorial application of United States law against 9 people who were indicted, 2 of which were in the United States. One of them, not in the U.S., is the former economy minister of Turkey. What these folks were accused of is not illegal in Turkey, and Turkey is a sovereign state. Now, what the judge said in this hearing was he described Atilla as a reluctant cog in a broader criminal enterprise where those higher up had more culpability. That's a pretty remarkable statement. And the judge also said that this matter presented a unique set of circumstances, both for the prosecution and for the defense. And it was unprecedented for different reasons. And again, it goes back to the judge was somewhat nervous about this extraterritorial application of U.S. law and convicting someone on this, but he had to because the guy was found guilty. But he'll be home by 2019. However, those warrants for the other 7 individuals who are currently not in the United States remain active, and they can be arrested at any time. The U.S. can issue Interpol red notices for them. They're still in a world of trouble.
This extraterritorial application of U.S. law is finding its way into all sorts of cases around the world when we look at them. I mean, we've been talking about this a lot on this show. But what might come next for Turkey in terms of possible action from the Department of Justice, for example, in the U.S.?
Well, what the Justice Department is going to do at some point, there's no time limit for them to do it. Well, they will fine Halkbank, and we'll see how much that is. And again, I think it's very important to point out here that what these 9 defendants did is not illegal under Turkish law. And this is the problem, and we're seeing this in other areas of the world. We saw it in France, we've seen it in the UK, we've seen it in the fining of companies who were doing business with Iran, doing business with Russia. The point of the matter is that the United States has been extremely effective in weaponizing the dollar. And there's nothing that the EU or Turkey or anyone else, it would appear, can do to push back on this use of the dollar as a weapon of U.S. foreign policy.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Craig Copetas in Miami, thank you.